when it comes to, dealing with, if you're in a business where you do have that kind of huge catalog of products and you do need to kind of maybe make changes to a feed, which is not structured as good as it could be, like where would you start, and what are kind of some of the main challenges around fixing a feed with a huge product catalog?
So I think, first of all, from an agency side, it can be quite difficult to get people to give up feeds or to even work on them, which can be somewhat frustrating. But the biggest one for us is getting somebody internally at a client side to actually understand the importance of it and the importance of how much a feed drives performance around paid media, especially when we know that the front end of paid media is changing and becoming a lot more, dare I say, automated and AI focused, meaning that we have to actually do a lot of work behind the scenes. So the big one for us is getting a feed ready and getting a feed into a place of like, what would you do to start with? We ideally run it through. We've got internal tools that we run through, but essentially it gives us an understanding of how many titles are missing. Are we slugging with titles? Essentially, are we cutting off titles and it's looking pretty rough when it comes to feeds? Are we actually producing the right product images? Is it things that are resonating with the client, with our customers? And then we essentially pull together a big analysis and give that to our clients, and we said, hey, look, you've got a lot of internal data that needs fixing here. We've got cheating's missing, which is a unique identifier. Granted, you don't need them, but it helps with feed robustness. And you've got a lot of titles that are incorrectly formatted, or there's all these products that are just disapproved because you've not got the correct pricing, or there's an issue on site. So that's how we normally always first start, is essentially get our data in order. So when we do generate a feed, it's actually as complete as possible. If we can't do that, we work with clients quite often to use supplemental feeds using third-party tools. So there's a plethora of third-party tools. We actually at the moment use Feedonomics, which is a third-party data feed integrator from things like Shopify, Magento, the rest of them through to things like Google Ads and Meta and even TikTok. But there's plenty out there. You've got Channable as another one that we've used before and we'll probably use again for certain clients. But you can do a lot of rules, and you can create a lot of rules in there to say that if a title doesn't exist, you can pull from a supplemental sheet that may have a joining field that's like a ID or a SKU to then write a correct title if they don't have time internally to write them themselves. So that's generally, I know I've probably gone on a slight tangent there, but that's how we sort of like start optimizing and where we first put our efforts when we look at feeds before we can do all the fun stuff that I know we have done for this client in particular.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Paid Media Lab. If you found it useful, you can get the full-length episode on the Lunio YouTube channel, where you can also subscribe to catch all our latest releases. And if you want free tools, reports, and guides to help you uplift the efficiency of your PPC campaigns, head to lunio.ai and click on the Resources tab in the nav bar. See you in the next one.